A continuing exploration of cultures and people we share this country with. Colorful encounters with Filipinos who can, if we let them, enrich our own worldviews, our knowledge of ourselves. Nourishing, sheltering, healing, adorning. Celebrating the manifold ways of being Filipino. This is Dayaw, our knowledge, our pride.
A mystic once said, if you want to truly pray, then you must sing and dance with all your heart. Indigenous peoples have been doing that for centuries. What for us may just seem like a performance was, for our forefathers, one continuous ritual that brought together chant, music, and movement, all melding into one deep spiritual experience where performer, supplicant, audience, and priest were all willing participants.
In the rolling hills west of Lake Cebu, teacher, cultural worker, and proud Tiboli Rosie Sula and her husband have inherited several fields planted to different native varieties of rice.
Tawag ko dito, hulutlong. Ito siya, hulutlong. Ito yung pinaka-first ever na sinaunang variety ng mga ninuno. Sa ngayon, sa ibang tao, wala na sila nito.
But more than just developing a homestead, Rosie wanted a space where she could still practice her vocation as a chanter. The hero, Tud Bulul, is a subject of the greatest Tiboli chanted epic. Here, Rosie chants the opening segments of the epic.
Matukufud dumdolit anok mugul manad kabong ngandalum ket magong mules bayo halong kapso.
With her own rice fields ready for harvest, Rosie practiced a simple ritual, one that has preceded all Tiboli harvests. First, from atop a raised platform overlooking the fields, she struck a percussive wooden resonator that drove the birds away. She also invoked the spirits to attend the harvest and ensure its success. The simple invocation over, the fields were ready to be harvested. It has been the life work of Kalinga teacher and cultural worker Alonzo Saclag to document the vanishing lifeways of his people. For his work, he was awarded the Gawad Manlilikha ng Bayan. The Kalinga's reputation as fierce warriors has long obscured their skill at oratory. Their vigorous dances, their epic chanting, While most of us are aware of the Kalinga appetite for war and vengeance, very few know that they are also skilled, peace-pact negotiators. Saklag's mission, so to speak, has been to complete a portrait of his people, to record a culture of opposites and dualities, a people's character recorded in cadences both aggressive and gentle.
Yun ay sayaw na kayasig dance. Para matrain ang mga tao na humawak at parang lalaki talaga ang kwan yun. Kailangan pakita na kahit weakling sila, kailangan palakasin ang katawan. So makita mo sa dance at lalo na mga babae, ganda sabi nila. Para yung mga lalaki defend the village, walang deserter, at all cost defend the village. So mga lalaki dahil ina-appreciate ang mga babae ang kwan nila, kailangan matapang at i-defend ang village. Ma-overrun yung village kung tatakbo ang mga warrior. So makita mo sa sayaw na hindi ngumiti ang pagdating sa ang sayaw na yun ay yung tadyok, lalo sa tadyok. Huwag kang ngumiti.
If the Kalinga celebrate the aggression of the warrior, they are also equally renowned for instituting the budong, or the peace pact. The Salidumay song cycle is often sung by participating members of the peace pact celebrations.
Kahit ilan ang namatay sa tribal war, pagka matagal na, lalo na kung nahirapan ang mga tao, at sa belief namin, may kabunyan. At bago dumating ang mga missionaries, naniwala kami sa kabunyan kay God. So, dahil God-fearing kami na Cordillerans, lalo na sa Kalinga, ay naisip ng mga elders namin noon, mga ninuno namin na ayusin yung problema, lalo na yung tribal war. Kahit ilan ang namatay. So pag naayos na yan, mag-celebrate nila sila. Kasi noon, pag may namatay sa tribal war, bawal ang sayaw, bawal ang kanta noon. Very sad ang mga tao. So para bumalik ulit ang saya ng mga tao, i-remedyo nila sa peace pact. So pag natapos na yung, nasettle na yung kaso, kahit ilan ang namatay, complete forgiveness.
In the vast repertoire of Filipino lowland folk dances, one in particular stands out as a unique example of both a prayer and a performance. But it is also a mirror of idealized masculine and feminine behavior, and a joyful example of how lofty faith and one's own earthly humanity can come together in a spirited dance.
Ang isang subli po sa akin ay isang paraan ng panalangin na ito po ay isinasagawa sa paraang pagsayaw at pag-awit. Marami po ang mga taong nagkakasakit, nagkakaroon ng luwa na po sa ospital. Pagka po sila'y namanata na sila ay susubli, sila po ay gumagaling. At marami po ang nag-ahangad na kung sakaling meron silang mga selebrasyon tulad po ng birthday, tulad po ng anniversary ng kasal, tulad po ng pagpapasalamat at sila'y gumaling sa kanilang karamdaman, talaga pong isinasagawa nila o ipinagpapahalaga nila ang pagsusubling ito. Isang pamamanata na ito po ay namana namin sa aming mga ninuno at hanggang sa ngayon, ang mga batang maliliit ay amin din tinuturuan at ginagabayan para maisagawa ang gawaing ito o yung kulturang ito sa aming bayan, Agoncillo.
The Subli is unique to Batangas, especially to the area of Alitagtag or Bawan. In 1888, Wenceslao Retana recorded the legend of the Holy Cross of Bawan and the dance that honored it. He describes a dance as performed by pairs, a girl and boy, who move with a wonderful speed always as a pair in animated giddiness. They turn, stoop, sway, stand upright, and shake, always to the beat and in an indescribable rhythm that suspends, attracts, and enraptures the audience at the same time. However enchanting Retana's description was, it failed to capture the religious essence of the dance.
Sa amin po, ang una namin pinararangalan at isinusubli ay ang mahal na poon Santa Cruz. Palibhasa po, ay ang aming mahal na poon ay maliit lang na kaya naming isayaw at kaya naming isubli sa pamamagitan ng pagpaparangal sa kanya. Tapos po, sunod roon, meron po kaming tinatawag na bawan, meron po kaming tinatawag na dulo-dulo, meron po kami sinasabing bilao na bangkaan. Ganun po ang mga style namin.
Different hand and foot movements make up the Manunubli's repertoire.
Step ng mga lalaking magandang step na ganyan. Merong medyo mayabang-yabang, merong mas simple-simple.
In the words of scholar Elena Rivera Mirano, in the Subli, song, dance, poetry, and prayer are merged in a single ritual performance.
Talaga pong iginagano ng kamay para po ipaano sa mahal na poon ang aming pagpaparangal sa kanya bilang isang sinasampalatayana namin na talagang siya yan.
What could the Subli of Batangas have in common with the Bulul activation ritual of the Ifugao? Both combine dance, music, chant, and prayer into an experience of ritual. The Bulul, as many Filipinos now know, are the granary guardians of the Ifugao of the Cordilleras. While we know them only as iconic symbols of the Cordilleras, we know little of how these figures are actually created and used, or how music, chanting, and dancing come into the ritual of their creation. The Dulnuan family of Kinakin in Ifugao followed the traditional stages when they commissioned their Bulul figures. First, through the help of a mumbaki, a nara tree was chosen in the forest. The tree was felled and the figures sculpted. In contemporary times, modern chisels are used. But in the olden days, the Bulul figures were carved with bolos and primitive adzes. The morning when the Bulul are brought to the Dulnuan home, Mumbaki Ambohnon greets the statues by chanting the origin myth of the first Bulul deities. Then, Ambohnon, together with Mumbaki, Nabun, and the other kinsmen of the Dulnuan family, play the gangsa, or flat gongs. Having been welcomed into the ritual space, the Bulul come together with sacrificial hogs and chickens, rice sheaves, heirloom jars, and Mumbaki priests. It is only the start of a ritual that will go on for the whole day. After the joyful playing of the gangsa, the Bulul activation ritual continues as the two Mumbaki begin a series of long chants. They call on the ancestors of the Dulnuan family as well as the many deities of the Ifugao pantheon to come and witness the activation of the Bulul. They also call on the Bulul deities to enter into the statues. There is a sacrifice of 3 roosters and the reading of their bile sacks. The omens are good, and the chanting resumes. In an Ifugao ritual, the recitation of myths and legends is very much a part of the ritual cycle. By retelling these legends, the Mumbaki hope that the good that has occurred before will once again occur in the present. Finally, it is time to sacrifice the 3 large hogs. The sacrifice leads to another reading of the liver.
Buhay tayo at marami pang biyaya siguro may ibigay sa atin. Maganda.
And then to the final consecration, where the Bulul figures are made to drink the rice wine after being bathed in the blood of the animal. Only then are the Bulul considered consecrated. Mumbaki Ambonon ends the ritual by announcing to the community that the Dulnuan family has acquired a new pair of Bulul and will now feed the community. In his joy, the Dulnuan patriarch once again beats the gongs as his family dances in celebration.
Traditional Filipinos belong to a culture that does not fragment the human being into separate compartments of being. Simply because the way we organize our society, the way we organize our life, is according to a spiritual principle which makes human beings whole. Because if we organize ourselves according to the dictates of serving a cause, a higher cause in life, then we mobilize all of our being to direct ourselves to that cause. And therefore, if we direct our whole being to devotion to the sacred, for example, we have to, master every aspect of our being, not just the physiological, not just the emotional, not just the intellectual, but the whole of it. No? While in our traditional setting, we are usually devoted to a sacred being, especially during performance of rituals. In a ritual setting, we usually express gratitude to the Almighty. And in expressing this gratitude, we must act not only as a physical being, but also as a being of emotions, intellect, and spirit. So, we don't fragment the arts. Because if you are just an architect in an urban setting that has to do with economic development, an architect will not have anything to do with dance, will not have anything to do with chants. But in a ritual setting, where you express gratitude and pay homage to the sacred beings or to the deities, then you will be engaged in rituals. Rituals in general will integrate chanting, dance, the visual arts, and many other kinds of art.
Pagdiwang at Pag-Alay, to celebrate and to offer, to move and to pray, to lift up while remaining grounded in a sensual and vigorous grace, and to do all this while swept away by the pounding, all-enveloping music. Maybe we've been keeping still and looking inward for too long. Maybe the indigenous Filipinos knew all along that to pray hard, one must move and sing and play instruments, for only then could we truly lose ourselves and be connected to the divine. More than just performances, these are traditions that are alive with Dayaw, our knowledge, our pride.